Hi everybody. My website that I was assigned was Kahoot, and the app that I'm going to be talking about is Exit Ticket. And the reason I've got Guru over here in parentheses is because Exit Ticket actually is strictly a Samsung app, and I have an iPhone, so I couldn't really check it out, but they run through a program called Guru, so we're going to be taking a look at that instead. My name's Dakota McClendon. Kids usually call me Mr. M because McClendon's hard. I'm a mathematics education major, and I'm a senior this year. My ideal teaching situation is I want to be a high school math teacher, obviously, and eventually I want to try to start and coach a climbing team because climbing is a big part of my life, and I want to share that with other students. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is Kahoot. And Kahoot is a really awesome website that is perfect for playful, formative assessment. So basically, Kahoot lets teachers create assessments or Kahoots, and then those assessments can be used during the class in a fun and competitive way. And we'll kind of take a look at that here in a minute. Kahoot is very interactive. It's very visually stimulating. It uses a lot of bright colors, a lot of shapes and stuff like that. And you can make it very competitive because it works on a point system. One really cool thing about Kahoots is they actually have a library of Kahoots, which are the quizzes, and you can upload your Kahoot and share it with teachers, or you can use other teachers' Kahoots in your lesson plans. So there's a lot of Kahoots that already exist, and we're actually going to take a look at one a little bit later and get some ideas for how it can be used in the classroom. Kahoot has a lot of different features that you can use. You have a quiz feature, which is basically a multiple choice question, series of questions that you'll get immediate feedback from. You have Jumble, which is actually a new feature that Kahoot just started offering. And basically what it is a question where you put things in order. So if you have like a timeline question or a how big versus how small question, that's something that you can do. Discussion allows students to type in and respond to certain questions, and then a survey just gathers information from the students. The coolest thing about Kahoot is it lets students use their own mobile device. So if you log on to kahoot.it, it'll ask you for a game code, which the Kahoot will provide, and then the student is actually able to use their smartphone or tablet or computer or whatever device that they have to access the Kahoot. And the Kahoot can actually be used for a lot more than just assessment. So we're actually going to take a look at the website really quick. So here is the homepage whenever you first log in, and you can see you can create a quiz or a jumble or a discussion or a survey. And let's see if we can take a look at that. So the quiz is really simple and easy to navigate. Basically, you add a title, a description, and tell the audience, and then basically you'll add an image or whatever you want to do to make it kind of pretty, and then let me see if I can go ahead and do that. We'll call it Mr. M has Kahooties. Our description is going to be #ew, and then our audience is going to be for schools. And that's all you have to input for this. You can add images, and that makes it a little bit prettier. Then you can go and add a question, which is really cool. So you can add math-based questions or basically anything that you can type, as well as answers and then pictures for that as well. So for example, one thing that you could do is ask what is the graph of this equation, what's its parent function, and then upload a graph. And then you can say, all right, is it a cubic function? Is it a quadratic function? Is it a square root function? And then the students can answer based on the picture, which is a really cool thing. I want to take a look at one Kahoot that another teacher has made, and you can see it gives you a preview of what the questions are. So this one is obviously for calculus, so I could use this as a calculus warm-up. And I'm going to hit preview. This is going to let us see what the students will see in this phone area right here, as well as what would be projected on the screen. So this is what happens when you go to kahoot.it. It'll ask you for a game pin. So that game pin will be projected on the screen. Let's see if it'll let us paste. Yeah, there we go. ask for a nickname. The cool thing about this is you can actually cut people off if their nickname is inappropriate, which is really cool. Kahooties is not inappropriate though. So the question will be projected over here, and it'll give you symbols along with the answers, and then the symbols will also be projected over here. So this symbol is a symbol for integration. Notice we don't have the words here, we just have the symbol, but integration is next to the diamond, so if we click the diamond, we get the points associated with it. If there are multiple people on a Kahoot, when you click next, it will rank those people, so that's how it becomes really competitive, which is really cool. Another thing that I saw that was really cool is this teacher actually made a Kahoot that polled his students' interests and then helped the students get to know each other. It asked questions like, which student likes cheese? And then the answers were different students in the class. So it was a way for the students to kind of break the ice and get to know each other, which I thought was really cool. So it's not necessarily just an assessment tool. It can be used to get the students interacting with each other, which is really cool. Let's go on. So the app that I was given was Exit Ticket, and it works through Guru, which I spoke of earlier. Exit Ticket's a really similar tool to Kahoot, only it's in an app form, or it can be. It's a formative assessment tool, and basically the teachers beforehand will create lessons and assessments and post resources that the students can access. So the students can take the assessments and they can use the resources, and Guru will track the progress for each student, which is really cool. So not only will it give them immediate feedback for the work that they're doing, but it'll also log that information for the teacher, so he or she can see trends or curves for what questions are being commonly missed or gotten right, so they'll know what exactly to go back and reteach if need be. Resources can be uploaded by the teacher, and that's a really cool feature because I can upload websites, I can upload PDFs of information, I can upload a lot of information that the students can go over. The lessons are organized by standards, so you can actually look up Kentucky Content Standards and show where you're drawing this information from or where it's being linked back to. And whenever students do these assignments, they'll get immediate feedback on what skills and what standards they may or may not know. Just like Kahoots, the teachers can share and use lessons from other teachers. So I have actually a really cool breakdown of a lesson for math. So you can break them up into units. So we have order of operations here, and that's the first unit. And then it's broken down into lessons, and then from lessons into collections or assessments or resources. And so basically a student can be let loose on this program, and the teacher can kind of circulate the classroom and do basically interventions if they need to, which is a really cool thing. So it flips the teaching on the students and makes them more responsible in the long run, because they're basically guiding their own learning with a little bit of help from the teacher as opposed to the teacher driving it full force. So I thought that was really cool. This is an example of a question that I made just to see what was going on with this app website. And so if you give a student a link to this question, then they can go to that link, answer the question, and then they, as well as you, will get immediate feedback for that. So the question is, what does the fox say? And so we look at the answer choices, and obviously it's pow wow 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 wow, as the pop song has taught us. And so I'm going to click that and hit save and finish, and finish quiz. You can actually add multiple questions, and there are, I think, 8 formats that you can make these questions in. So you can do multiple choice, you can do open response, you can do fill in the blank, highlight the important words, a lot of different options here. Notice that it gives me my percentage correct. That's 1 out of 1 correct, or 100%. And that information is also sent to my account based on the fact that I took this quiz. So not only does the teacher get immediate feedback, but I also, as a student, will get that feedback. So with Kahoots, this going back real quick, Kahoots has a lot of options as far as differentiation. It's very visually stimulating, and so you can get you can kind of get in touch with the people who learn more visually, but there are also sounds associated with the website that maybe more auditorial learners can do. You can upload sound bites, you can upload pictures. There are a lot of different options there. If you want to take away the competitiveness and make it more of just like a learning tool, you can actually disable the points, which is a nice feature, and so much more with the Kahoot. With the Exit Ticket and the Guru, basically this lets the teacher be hands off while the students learn, and so that person, the teacher, can go around and see where students are struggling and provide that immediate feedback, immediate intervention whenever they see that the student isn't learning or is struggling with something that they don't know. So that's Kahoot and Exit Ticket. I actually think I've got a link to a video that I posted earlier. I actually did the assignment wrong the first time, so I'll post that link as well. And basically, it is a guide to how to use Kahoot and Exit Ticket. Thank you all for watching.